All right. So now, this is kind of a workshop in progress. I would like to have this thing to go out through I'm going to propose something to go from now till at least until we feel like it's done, or just throughout the year, where uh, we're going to go ahead and try to recommend uh, a game to one another, and it's a you I want you to play this, and you haven't gotten around to playing this. You really should. This is something I would recommend to you. Also, in the future, I would also like to throw down like a challenge. I know you dislike this kind of game, or you normally wouldn't play this, but I challenge you to go ahead and give that a shot. So right now, I'm going to throw down a recommendation, and I want you to pick between three genre of game, and depending on the genre you pick, I'll let you know what game you get saddled with. So you get to pick between an open world GTA like game. You can do a third person, you know, I guess it'd be action adventure kind of, or a Metroidvania style game. So
Okay.
out of those three, what would you be most interested in? And the Metroidvania would not be the Record or Lotus Wars. Just heads up.
Okay, because I was thinking that's probably going to be that, which I was, I'm like, okay, I would play that. I don't know. Let fate decide. Um, damn it, damn it all. We're gonna roll the dice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll a six-sided die. 1 and 2 will be the first one. 3 and 4
Okay.
the next. On and on. 5. So that's gonna be
All
the
right.
third one. So a Metroidvania.
All right. If I remember correctly, you only got to play a little bit of Guacamelee, right?
I played to the last boss.
Oh, did you
I
really?
played up to it,
Oh,
but I didn't beat him because it was hard and I
okay.
just bounced off.
Okay, then never mind, because I could have sworn you never got around I thought you only touched the beginning of that game. All
Do
right.
I need to re-roll?
Well, yeah, reroll for the first two then. I mean, I have another Metroidvania style game that might work, but I want to save that for later for you. So,
Okay, 2. So this would be the very first one.
all right. That's going to be my one of my personal favorites, Sleeping Dogs.
Okay, yeah, I have turned on Sleeping Dogs before, but yeah, never played more than 30 minutes of it. So I've always wanted to play that. So and I own that, I believe. I guess you probably picked this based on that, at
I knew that you had access to it through my library at the
the
very
very least.
least,
Yeah.
and so I wasn't worried about that at all.
Okay.
I knew you'd be able to. That's another thing is I'm trying to pick games in which uh, you don't actually have to shell out money for. So it's either that's on on your Steam backlog that say like next to no time played, or it'll be something that I know I have on mine. So yes, my first recommendation, I'm throwing down Sleeping Dogs. I personally really like this game. This is one of my comfort food games where I go back to every so often. I got the platinum, uh, both on the PS3 and the PS4. Uh, I I own it on the PC as well. So yeah, I like this game all around quite a bit. It's
Yeah,
has a good story.
people love this game. That's been talked about for years. People are always sad that that the that the studio broke up or they couldn't make another one or something like that. And
Yeah, they
um,
closed down the studio.
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely am excited to play this. Honestly, I wanted to play it for a long time, and now this is a good excuse to play it. What's her name? Emma Stone is in this game.
Yes, it's funny because it's one of those things that you can see if they had more of a budget and more of a time, how they would have fleshed out a lot more things. So certain things are a little truncated. I mean, I said by no means it's a perfect game, but as far as a GTA like game, this is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
Yeah.
Uh, so it has this was done also around the same time as I think Square Enix had a part in it, so therefore it has certain mechanics like the
Yeah.
car hijacking from Just Cause, where you can just jump from in a car chase, you jump, jump on the hood of your car and then jump forward to the following car. Super stupid. But the fighting and the melee combat is all based off, like the old Hong Kong kung fu films. You got interactive environments. You can really mess people up in a very gruesome ways. The shooting is actually pretty solid for, especially at the time. Uh, that was the problem is a lot of those Grand Theft Auto just had really terrible aiming and shooting mechanics, and so this one was not the best, but it was far better than any of those, especially at the time.
A little better.
Uh, yeah, and I learned some of the Cantonese. I learned I had a buddy in Japan who was from the he had his family immigrated to the U.S. and so he was teaching English as an American citizen, but his whole family is from Hong Kong, and so I'm like, yeah, I know a little bit. I spouted off some of the stuff. He's like, he laughed so hard. He's like, how did you learn all these bad words? I'm like, I learned it from this game. And he just thought it was he told his mom and his grandma, like when he talked on Skype, he's just like, yeah, my buddy, he's played this game and he learned all these bad words from that. And like he thought it was just the funniest thing, which I specifically remembered some of that stuff. He's like, I played it enough and it's hilarious. um
That's
I like I
awesome.
said, I hope you like it. It's like I said, it's a solid. I think it's a really solid game. uh if you have any questions, for sure. But then next time we meet up, and when you're hosting, I figured you can throw down a recommendation to me, and you know, it'll we maybe not have to touch back. There's no real time limit when we have to get this complete by. So if you want to give us a report next time as homework, that's fine. But if you don't want to talk about it until 2 episodes from now, at least we can touch back then. So it'll give you a whole month to, because these are meant to be side games.
Yeah.
Essentially, I don't want them to take over, any of the more pressing things that you want to play. But it's most definitely because I'm throwing out this personal recommendation. I'm like, it's like when a friend says, "Hey, dude, watch this movie. Or read this book. I'm really into. You give this band a listen. This is most definitely one of those things. Like you should really play this game, especially since it's older and." You didn't get a chance to around the first time, but this is something personally that I'm like, give it a shot. So
Yeah, I
next time
mean,
around,
like honestly, this game. I mean, I haven't played it yet, and I don't really know what Sifu is going to be like. But this game and Sifu are kind of spiritual siblings. Seems like to me. Obviously, Sifu is going to be more sci-fi or fantasy involved, but just kind of the Cantonese and kung fu sort of
say
a connection.
that's racist. Spiritual siblings just because they're Asian.
All right, I give up. I've been canceled.
Yeah. No,
Moving
man,
on. I'll cut all that. I'll
I
cut all
want to play
that.
Sifu so bad too. I didn't play much of Absolver. I was super bad at it, and so I'm like, this is way too technical for me. But now that it's gone from swordplay to like kung fu action, I'm like, okay, now I really want to get into it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's going to be on Epic. Sifu is going to be on Epic. I didn't see. I mean, I'm sure it's on like PlayStation and stuff like that too, but it's coming to Epic first, so I'll probably get that. Unfortunately, that's unfortunate because we can't share games on Epic. I don't think, but we can on.
you can. It's just a little more convoluted, but
Okay,
you can totally make it work.
maybe we can make it work then. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I accept your challenge, and I will see how far I get in Sleeping Dogs by next time. Maybe the time after that. We'll see.
Yeah, I say for sure we'll bring it up when I host again. So in about a month's time, that'll give you some time to at least get around to it.
Yeah, and I shall present you with a challenge of my own on our next cast.
Excellent.
Probably touch base with you on what some things that I'm not sure if you've played or not, because I know you've played a lot more than I have. But I think there's some things that you probably have not done that I can find. So we have one more thing before we get to news. So last time Joe threw down the gauntlet, issued a challenge of sorts for me to play a game. You were having me play Sleeping Dogs. Quick report on that. I haven't got to play much of it, but I have started it. I am about 2 hours in, and I will save all of my opinions for next week when I have played a lot more of it. But now it is time for me to return the favor, um, and do to you what you have done to me. Um, so I have a couple different categories for you to choose from.
Okay.
I and I don't know if I know you haven't played some of these. I'm pretty sure, but I'm also think you probably have played some of these. So we'll just go through and do our best. I have taken account how much, or rather how little time you have in your everyday life, like
Appreciate it.
every other adult, especially one with a child and a wife has. But so these should all be pretty short and sweet, easy enough to beat in a reasonable amount of time. So your first three categories to choose from are let's say a short and sweet puzzle game, or a strategy game, or an indie action role-playing game.
Let's go with the action roleplay. The indie action roleplay. Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Okay. Have you ever played Bastion?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I've crushed Bastion.
Okay.
I've played that. I own the soundtrack. Played it on multiple systems. So yeah, that's a damn good game.
Yeah. So I mean, that was actually the longest one of the ones I've picked. So we're gonna remove that indie action role-playing game.
Right.
And
so it's a strategy or a puzzle, something puzzle game. And unless you have something to slot into the third slot.
I do. So short and sweet puzzle, okay, with story. I'll say with story. Strategy, and then the new one I'm going to put in is also a puzzle game to me, but not in the way that you would think.
I'm intrigued by that one, but I'm gonna say let's go with number one.
Okay, short and sweet story puzzle game. Have you ever played Inside?
That was
the is it Playdead or same guys as
Limbo? That's their second game, right? It's like after Limbo.
Yes.
Okay. No, I actually haven't gotten around to playing that one.
All right. So I played this game last summer. I did it all in one session. I think it's between 3 and 4 hours. You don't have to do it in one session, but you can. I do think that you should play it. This is the game that I challenge you to play. Short and sweet, and it's very good. It's very good.
Okay. So I'm going to ask for extra credit on this, and I'm going to say, what was your number 3? Because I think I can do Inside. It's just one of those things that I think I can do Inside beforehand. So I just want some extra credit here, because next week we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so what's number 3?
Okay. I don't know how I feel about this, because I feel like
that's fine.
I feel like if I say what it is, then the challenge is there. So I don't know. I'm
afraid of the strategy one, because but you said you took my time into consideration. But when you say strategy, my brain automatically goes to something like a 4X game, and I'm like, no, I don't have time for Civ or anything like that.
It's not Civ. It's not like StarCraft. It is strategy, but it's not like live strategy or whatever. I'm gonna put an asterisk here.
Okay.
For the future, in case I want to cry foul at some point. But with the puzzle game that I'm talking about, that you wouldn't really think of as a puzzle game, is, have you ever played the first, or Hitman 2016?
Okay, yes, I have.
Okay. So did you do Did
The
you
challenges?
go deep on a level?
No, I did bare bones. I
Okay.
didn't go like I didn't flush out every,
So my caveat to this one, because it's kind of long if you play it straight through, and I don't think Hitman is that good until you get into they're called escalation missions and the other special missions. And I was going to challenge you to go through the game and pick one level that you really liked, and then go through as many escalation missions as you could, and try to
Okay.
really flesh one out. That was going to be my other one. So if you have already played it, then yeah, you could probably do this. You probably
All
could
right.
do this too.
Yeah, it's I played it shortly after you got into it, and you're the one who got me into this actually,
Okay.
because you were streaming it for a little bit, and yeah, that what made me interested in the that 26 or was it 2016? Jeez, was it that long ago?
It was, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so for sure, all right, because all right, I'll do what I can, and this will be interesting. All right.
Yeah, just pick a level and try to like figure out every aspect of it, because
I
I
feel
mean,
like everyone's just gonna, that would just be Sapienza, right? Everyone picks Sapienza. That's everyone's favorite.
Sapienza is good. Sapienza, that's the one. Yeah, okay. Sapienza is good, but like pick it, because that's the where the real Hitman is. It's like, holy shit, the stuff you can actually do, and where the way stuff connects, it just blows your mind.
All right, so
Escalations
I
and
pulled I
different
asked for
ways to
extra
kill.
credit. You gave it,
Yeah.
so
So there you go. But I think that's pretty doable, especially since you've already played it. So you can just go in and start deep diving on that.